It's been a while, guys. It's this time again. My film list, now when I look at this, it's back to front. I hope you're not getting it like that when it's recorded. I opened this randomly last night at a page, and I opened it at List Film Quotes You Will Never Forget. So we're going to run down today 10 film quotes. I won't spend ages. If I can find them, like clips, I will put them in so you can get the context. Some I won't need to because you'll know them massively. So let's work from number 10 up to number 1, because the first one's probably my favourite, or one of my favourites. So at number 10, I've got the quote, and I haven't even written down the full quote here. It's a disgrace because I run out of room and I had to go on to writing below Woody Allen. So number 10 was the Buzz Lightyear quote when Woody and Buzz encounter each other. Well, they face off against each other. Woody presses the button and Buzz's helmet just slides back up, and he says something like, "How dare you open a spaceman's helmet on an uncharted planet? My eyeballs could have been sucked from their sockets." And it made me roar, and it always does. I just find it really, really funny. So that's my number 10.
Oh yeah? Tough guy? The air isn't toxic.
How dare you open a spaceman's helmet on an uncharted planet? My eyeballs could have been sucked from their sockets.
Number 9. I'm sorry. Number 9 is so many lines from Borat. My sense of humour is quite hard to... There's just people in life that make me roar, that really make me laugh. One I ever missed, hopefully will be back in the next few months, is Joe from Geeky Hijinks. When I watch like streams that he just makes me roar. He's just such a funny person. I don't have a specific, like, I can't tell you specific things that make, but people do, and just silly expressions do. And it's been a long time since I've watched a movie that's really tickled me, and Borat did that for me. So, well, I'm not going to try and do the voice. My husband does an amazing impression of the voice, and it's really funny. The first one's where he goes, "My wife is dead, high five."
Might you say my wife is dead?
This is what it's... Yes, sir. I'm sorry to inform you, but that's what the telegram says.
High five! Great!
And the other was, Keenan Castle, I have a chair." If you've seen Borat, you will know exactly what I mean. If you haven't, you will think there's something wrong with me. The scene, obviously, when he has a chair to himself and he realises this chair's his, and the other one, when his wife's dead, he's celebrating.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh la la. Oh, whoa. King in the castle, king in the castle. Have a chair, I have a chair.
Borat, just most of that movie, to be honest, there's a lot that I can't repeat because they would technically be deemed as offensive, so I can't repeat them. Number 8 is from The Shawshank Redemption, and I'm sure you all know what line that is. It's that scene with the poster. If you haven't seen, is this going to give it away? Yes. So if you haven't seen Shawshank Redemption, there is a big surprise in it. So switch off your ears for the next 30 seconds. So it's the line that the just awesome voice of Morgan Freeman, just love him. I love a movie with narration that tells you what's happening. I just love that. I don't know why. Ever since I used to watch The Wonder Years, I've loved narration over things. It's where Red says, "Andy Dufresne, the man who crawled through 500 yards of shit and came out clean the other end." And that links obviously to what's happened when he says that, and that feeling of elation that you have as a viewer when you watch that movie, when that happens and you realise what's going on, and then they show you everything that led up to that point, all the little reveals. Absolutely love it. It's one of those movies with that rare feeling. The feeling that I explain from when I saw the end of the first Saw movie. Again, I won't say in case you haven't seen it. What happens right at the end, the sort of twist, when that happened, I got a physical reaction from head to foot. A shiver ran straight through my body, and I love that. And I got that same feeling in the poster scene of this one.
Andy crawled to freedom through 500 yards of shit-smelling foulness I can't even imagine. Or maybe I just don't want to. 500 yards.
So number 7, one of my favourite horror movies is Poltergeist, and it's 2 words, and I'm sure you know what they are, and that's "they're here."
They're here.
Carol Ann, when the ghosties have gone into the house, they're here. Number 6, oh my god, I cannot explain to you guys how much this quote, no matter how many times I watch it, the music in the background, the voice, everything. It's from Unbreakable, which is a big favourite of mine also. So it's the scene where, now I can't keep telling people to, like, if you haven't seen Unbreakable, this may give something away, so just to warn you. It's that scene where Mr. Glass realises that he has found his polar opposite, and the music is swelling, and it's showing you everything that he did to find this person. And he says, "Now that we know who you are, I know who I am. I am not a mistake. They call me Mr. Glass." Oh, shivers. Absolutely adore that entire scene. I adore that whole movie, but that scene where he's talking and he goes on a bit more. I haven't written everything down, but that's mainly those lines for me. I'll never forget those. So the thing is, film quotes you will never forget. So
now that we know who you are, I know who I am. I'm not a mistake.
So 5 is from Misery. I could have taken so many from this. Annie Wilkes is just the character. I'm in love with Annie Wilkes. I know she's unhinged. I know she's mad. I know she's not a very nice person, but the representation of an awesome female horror character, we don't often get to see that. There's so many awesome male characters, but females, not so much. She's awesome. I love her. So is where she discovers that Paul has managed to get out of the room, and he's obviously got back in, but she's realised he's been out, and she says, "Paul, my little ceramic penguin in the study always faces due south." And when you watch that for the first time, as a matter of fact, no matter how many times I watch that, even knowing what's going to happen, I still feel anxious and like I'm willing Paul to get back into the room and into the bed so he's not discovered. And then she says that, and it's like, shit, the cover is blown. My other favourite from that is where she's looking out the window and she's being really reflective, and it's raining, and she says, "The rain, sometimes it gives me the blues." I love, oh, that's in there. I'm sorry, number 3. The rain, sometimes it gives me the blues. I've actually included that. I love that line also.
Annie? Annie, what is it?
The rain. Sometimes it gives me the blues.
So we skipped over number 4. So that's 2 misery quotes for you. Number 4 is from a movie that so many people hate, and I don't understand it. It's from the movie Cloud Atlas. And the quote is, "My life amounts to no more than one drop in a limitless ocean, yet what is any ocean but a multitude of drops?" So it's like, no matter how insignificant that you feel you are in life, lots of people that are just as insignificant as one another can make a massive difference. So even though you may only be one drop in an ocean is nothing but lots of drops. So you're not as insignificant in life as you feel you are. I love that line. I love that quote. I love that movie, and I don't understand why so many people hate it. I really enjoyed it.
No matter what you do, it will never amount to anything more than a single drop in a limitless ocean.
What is an ocean but a multitude of drops?
So number 2 and number 1 are both from Say No Evil, Hear No Evil, which is no secret is a favourite comedy of mine. I don't know if it's considered offensive these days. I don't know if it's considered something you shouldn't be laughing at, but you're not laughing at blindness and deafness. You're laughing at the situation that these 2 hapless people, these 2 decent, normal people find themselves in, and it actually addresses the stupidity of people that think that somehow they can do something about the fact you're blind or you're deaf, that if you shout loud enough into a deaf person's ear, he might be able to hear you. It addresses all the sort of like bias against him. It's not poking fun at the affliction. So I don't know if people think that. Basically the storyline, if you're not aware of See No Evil, Hear No Evil, is two men, between them witness a murder. One sees it, one hears it, and they haplessly get pulled into an investigation and they get blamed on this. They're completely innocent, they try and escape, and it's what follows. It's just their friendship together and what follows. And I just find the entire movie hilarious. So number 2 I've written is Are You Serious? Fuzzy Wuzzy Was a Woman. So what that one's about is Gene Wilder's having his photograph taken, his mugshot taken in the police station, and the policeman's actually trying to ask him questions and he's saying face front, and he has to keep looking at Richard Pryor's character Wally to find out, to lip read what's been said by this investigator. And it's just every time the photographer tries to take the photograph, he's looking to the side. It's just a really, really funny scene. But just after that, a detective, he's getting really wound up, really angry, and he says to Gene Wilder's character, really quickly and really aggressively, was there or wasn't there a woman present? And because he speaks really fast, Gene Wilder thinks he has said Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. And it's in the middle of a really tense scene and it's really funny. The top one is also in the police station. This is also said by Gene Wilder's character. Mens rea. The mens rea is a legal term, but Gene Wilder doesn't realise what mens rea is. So someone has said, I think I can prove to a judge that both of these men had the mens rea. And Gene Wilder's, I can't remember what he's called. There's Wally and I can't remember his name. He's been pulled off backwards by the police. He's like lying down and they're pulling him under the armpits and he's shouting, mens rea, how could we have gotten mens rea? Mens rea, my God, no! And I think he says after that, I always wore a condom. But it's, you have to see it. I absolutely adore that. It just cracks me up every single time. So I would say Borat and See No Evil, Hear No Evil are probably the 2 movies that will make me laugh most. So, film quotes that you can't forget, guys. There's my top 10 for you. 2 from Misery, 2 from See No Evil, Hear No Evil, I've Lost My Place, Toy Story, Borat, Cloud Atlas, Shawshank, Unbreakable, and Poltergeist. That's mine. Feel free, as always, to follow along. I hope to see yours, Shan, from Rusting Willpower. She has actually been following along and doing her lists as well. What I will do is, and I hope she won't hate me for it, I will link one of her videos at the end when I put my little, you know, the little video comes up at the end that you can recommend, so you can check out someone else's list. Shan is a lovely person. She's from Texas with her sister Kelly. They both have YouTube channels. And she's been following along doing the same lists as me, so check those out if you want to see someone else's, and obviously feel free to do yours also. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I will try and get another list to you back, not wait as long next time, but thanks for watching, guys, and I shall check up with you later. Over and out from Lisa Lives. Bye.